Boom. Okay, guys, it's another video from memegen.io. Today, uh, before I even had a chance to get over the joy of Grok 3, yet another huge AI LLM model has had an update. We're going to be testing Claude 3.7 Sonic by Anthropic. If you haven't got a Anthropic account, go over to the website console at console.anthropic.com. Set up your account, put some credits on there. This isn't a free one. The latest model's not free at the moment. Um, and grab your API keys. I'm not going to go in there because I'm not going to expose my API key. And you'll get your API key, and then you go over to VS Code, and we're actually going to use Rucode for this one. Big out to Rucode. Um, go into settings, API provider Anthropic, and paste your API key, and then you set up. So what are we going to test it on? So basically, whilst building our operator system for memegen at the moment, I'm using multiple LLMs. As you can see, loads of browsers open, um, and I like setting profiles up for different LLMs for individual tasks, like make them as agents as such inside the chat models. And that's when I had a brainwave whilst carrying on with Lola the other night, and just getting annoyed about flipping in and out of all of these browsers all the time. Let's create a user face that allows you to put 4 LLM models in there, so 4 interfaces inside one big interface, and some parameters. And I thought, yep, this will be a good video. It'll be a good product to roll out for memegen as well. And then Claude come out, so I thought it was a perfect time. So we're going to use Grok 3, we're going to use Claude 3.7 Sonic, and we're going to use Rucode. So I gave Grok 3 as a prompt that he's a researcher, designer, developer, and we're going to design this app. I gave him some basics to it, a picture, how I want it to look. Yeah, it's not the best, but you can get the idea. Some parameter settings there for a custom chat mode where you can connect via API, and then also inside the interface, if you don't want to be using API and you want to use a web browser chat model, you'll have a web browser and then just sign into your OpenAI account, your Grok account, DeepSeek, whatever, Anthropic, and use the chat models in there. But they're all in one, so you don't have to keep flipping through the countless browsers that we all leave out in our in our web browsers these days. It's horrendous, but mine might be worse than others. I don't know. Feel free to let me know in the comments. So that was the idea. We wanted to make it good. I give it some other prompts along with it. Clean, professional, crisp, futuristic, modern, dark theme. Maybe some neon colors and effects. So on the buttons and stuff, some with the CSS styling. Fonts, I've gone for Google's Orbiton because it's quite futuristic looking. Got all the details. This is our research agent. Then asked him about has anything been made like this yet, and it was no. After researching all of these are the closest things it's got. Added some more details. I wanted to add a button in the middle called Beast Mode, and Beast Mode you'd be able to just type out 4 prompts, scripts, and just click beast mode in the middle, and each agent will start its task. So if you're doing a little agentic workflow, say you're creating an article for a blog or something, and um, you've got interface one is a research, being Grok, deep research maybe, and then interface two, maybe you've got um, DeepSeek, and it's going to summarize the research. And then underneath you might have OpenAI for content writing, and it will write from the summary. And then finally you'd have another model that just does proof edit, and editing content. So that was that was all the things on the first, the research one, uh, and I ended with create a white paper and create a summary to pass to our architect agent, who will then create an architect design for the build. And again, we used Grok. So with this one, I told him that it was a lead development architect for the creation of the project below. Highlights key parts in XML, and our build agent's going to be Claude 3.7 Sonnet. And then I give it the summary that was created by the other LLM. And then told him his job was to create the full architect design, the dependencies needed, the file configuration, the folder configuration, the file structure, all the initial codes for CSS styling and front page, buttons, and it's all created. Obviously, Claude will um, do its own style, but this is all good bullet points to just give it um, as an initial prompt. The more detail, and notice how it's done XML at return, and then XML, boom, 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 and stuff. So right, I think it's already highlighted it all, so I can just copy. Yes, right. And then we go over to VS Code. I'm going to start a new task. Let's do a new task. Okay. Build the app in the documentation provided below. Our environment is VS Code and Windows PowerShell. Remember this for all terminal commands. I have created the initial directory. Here is the path. Oh, I wanted to copy that really. Interface there, paste. Here is the app design from our architect developer, and then just simply paste our prompt from our architect agent, copy that, Just, I know I copied it, but I don't want it going wrong for the video. Right, paste. And let's see how it gets on. Claude 3.7. Now that was a very detailed prompt. And you can see the real use case for the app. So it's a really good test for Claude because it's quite detailed. It's doing it in Windows PowerShell commands as well. So ideal. That was a good part of the prompt. Yes, yes, no, turbo pack. I'll just make sure. Uh, are we using turbo pack? Question mark. Yeah, so it's very detailed. There's lots of pages, and we've basically given it. Yes, then for this, yes, no, right. And uh, the use case for the app is really good for the everyday user, the consumer that's not going to be like me in VS Code and running all these AI agents, creating my own AI agents. Um, they're going to be using the chat models to create their to do their work, whatever they're doing it for. It could be college work, it could be posts for social media, it could be maths for work and accounts. But they also might get into the stage where, actually I might just have OpenAI, one more browser open here to do this task, have another browser open here to do this task, where this app will just solve it for them. They can just have four there at their disposal to use, and as such have four AI agents. And it's just one page, so it's very noob friendly. Run command. So we should start see it populating the files here very soon. We're not using Docker, so um, there we go. Look, interfaces, and it's populating it with Next.js. Run. And just to show, uh, yeah, interfaces AI.app. I have purchased the domain already, um, so this will be pushed to MemeJam website within the next few days, along with our other. We're updating the website anyway at the moment, so there's a lot of new apps coming along to the main website. And off it goes. So far, it's fast, and it's really professionally done. The 3.7 is really performing well. Um, it's created all the correct folders. It's even starting to put the SRC folder together. It'd be interesting to see what it does with Gitnor and env, whether it starts. I'll look at that. It's created. Um, any dependencies don't want being pushed to GitHub. Um, they go in your Gitnor private keys, etc. Your API keys. Let's go back to what Rucode's doing. It's forgotten that again that we're using PowerShell. It's the only thing I've noticed with these, like Rucode and Klein. Um, they seem to just favour Linux or Mac. style language first. It'll be interesting to see how it handles the dependencies now, yeah, because legacy deeps. It's not try and resolve the error, not just surely. We got that one done. Yeah, that's one of the main things I like to judge the um, models on is how they deal with problems and errors. Um, and again, you can see the full potential. It's reading the terminal, um, and it's reading the code line, and it's also, calling functions to change everything. So it's fully functional. It does have vision as well, Claude 3.7, but we're not testing that in this video. So now it's creating interface settings there. I noticed it's got the index. It's been solving some problems on as it goes. I noticed unknown rule that would be interesting. I think I know what that one is already, and some models struggle with that one for a while to find what the why it's not being imported correctly. Um, so it'd be interesting to see how it does that. As it comes and it pauses at the end, if there are problems, just click on the problem, copy it, um, go back into the terminal, the chat terminal. We're left with these issues, paste the issues, and it will go through and solve them. From the demos, I've seen a 3.7 earlier today. It will just keep running. This is a very good agent to give a task like this, and then get on with your other tasks. So if you are actually working from home or something, you just crack on with your chores. Make sure the chores are done, or the wife shouts. So models like this are a bliss. And so it's been running for a while already. Let's check the sort of cost just to give you guys, what we've used already. We were at 13. Yes, it's not bad. Look, we've used less than $1 already, 70 cents. Um, and you think, right? It's already created all of these files, the interface AI, the public SRC folders, components. It's got pages coming on now. So app is the front page and index. Document. It's got the global CS in, types. Utils are in. It's got GitHub connected. Um, Tailwind package JSON's up. It's imported in the dependencies, all of them in the node modules, as you'll see. So it's just been running on its own, and you just don't worry about the issues that build up on the sides, because um, 95% of the time it will just go back through them and sort them anyway. And with Claude 3.7 having the visual, it shouldn't be able to read that if I leave that there. And then if not, you just once he's finished, just say, like I said earlier, these issues remain. Please resolve them, and paste the issues, each one individually, into the chat model. I mean, now I could have done my dishes. I could have made a cup of tea. If it was the morning, I could have set all the prompts up in the evening, gone to bed, got up first thing in the morning, put my prompt into Claude 3.7, and then man, I'm a sucker for coffee in the morning. Go off for my coffee, bacon sandwich, or something, and come back, an hour later, and see where it is. You could put, a safe way as well to do stuff like this is you could put human, human in the loop stages, and you'd put that in your initial prompt. Really, you'd just say, at this stage, I want to pause for human in the loop verification, and then it will stop at a stage. With some models, that's I would advise doing lots of human in the loop, because if they go on a sort of like a loop error, they can end up caning all your credits in your API, or just spewing out rubbish. But with Claude 3.7, I'm expecting it to be at least up there with O3 High and Grok 3, if not maybe better, especially at coding. So I'm just gonna, we're testing the function, and also I'm pretty experienced. Like if I did, I've had that happen many a times and had to um, get around it. Gone to bed, um, given a agent like a 3-hour multi-step task, got up in the morning and it's still running on a loop. Like I spent about $20 on API credits or something. So the good thing about the app is it's perfectly set up for experienced or like developers, because we'll have the custom API settings where you can set up bots from API, and then for like just everyday users, um, you can have 4 web browsers interfaces, and then just put your favorite um, LLM chat model uh, in one of those interfaces, and see them all working on one page at the same time. So it's very convenient and very easy to use for everyone. The basic settings, um, like that were in the image, um, back here. Parameter settings, API setting, LLM model. So you choose your model. Um, I don't know where we'd go for here from the beginning, but the intention would be to have all the, you know, top LLM models, and I might even look at some very like specialized set ones that are available on NVIDIA, the NVIDIA marketplace. There's like an agent marketplace or an LLM marketplace. Connect them as well. I would be good to try and link in the Copilot free model for the API setting. I'm not sure how we could do that, but I will look into that. Connect to a web, obviously, agent prompt. But there are a few more settings we could add into there as we go. But for a beta to roll out, this is the general interface 1, 2, 3, 3 and 4. Each one has its little setting, um, and each one will run its own LLM in a chat model setting. Memory, yeah, we'd have to be able to create memory um, for it. So I do have really high hopes. You can see it has solved some of the problems as it's gone already. As the tailwind, oh, no, tailwind still there. That one. um, High hopes for Claude 3.7, and I do, because I do like 3.5, and I have found Um, Out of all of them, Claude 3.5 just always seemed to be much more refined at the coding and solving the issues, especially the later updates of 3.5. Um, it's good to see the reasoning as well here now, so we could read some of the reasoning. Um, I wonder if they've had a MC. No, I think it won't be long before Rucode adds that MCP marketplace like Klein had updated the other day, because um, Rucode was a fork of Klein originally, so I'm not quite sure whether the team have worked together or anything, but um, they generally sort of move in a similar direction. So I can see that update come in to Recode soon. I mean, it's 26 files it's created now. Um, it's got the Orbitron uh, font, layout, chat UI, TSX, so interface. It's got the beast mode button. Um, so the chat UI would be for the custom um, interface, where if a user was to want to use API and choose any model it wanted, um, a bit like an open router, so to speak, uh, then they would be using that one. Where they should be. Oh, Spotify was one of the additional features that I've whizzed in there. Whilst coding it, I thought, you know what, when coding, you're sitting here and you're doing some stuff. It's nice to listen to some music. Um, so I thought, why not just, link a Spotify button into the app as well, so a user can put its playlist um, and start playing the thing. So Spotify, commit. Wonder if it's commit. Did it just commit for me? Did it? I'm not too sure. No, it hasn't, because they're still there. I was wondering whether it had that setting. Master. It's done. It's doing something. Let's do that. Yes. Commit. Boom. Update. Oh, I ain't got Copilot on. Annoying. It's handy to always have Copilot on as well, because it will read ahead, and yeah, it's not much of a shortcut time, but it does do its job. Right, where are we? Run command. It's already. It wants to run dev. Right, hang on. Cancel that. Before running. So it's basically nearly ready to run it on a local network, apparently. But I wouldn't, like, it's got 12 errors. So I'm going to say let's sort the errors out before we run on the local network. Before running on local address the problems left from build process. Here are the problems. So when this happens, it makes me wonder whether the agent can actually see these. I've always wondered that bit. It's like it seems to know what's going on in the terminal, um, but never never seems to be noticing the problem sometimes. And then just simply put some spaces in between and copy each one. Paste, copy, and it will go off and solve these very easily now. How many have I done? One, two, three. This one, copy, paste. One more. No, two more. Copy. And that one. This one, it'll be interesting. This one, for some reason, they always find an issue. And whenever I give it a command to create a Next.js project using Tailwind and that, I always get these issues come up. Right, just give him that, and then he'll solve them. I like he's made the README file as well, look, which is good. Um, and a beautiful file structure plan. I mean, stuff like this is golden. You know, it's especially when you're explaining uh, if you're getting another agent or you're using AI. So it solved them all, and it's going to be on this one that straight away. Uh, let's check the API just to give you guys some reference. 11:10. What were we on? 13:30. We were on. So we've used $2.20, and we've created the next $1 million app potentially. You know, the use case and everything. So it can be done. You know, right? It's running dev local networks. Let's do it. Let's see what it's come up with. Wow, banging! Look at that. That is absolutely blew me away a little bit there for its first. Right, look, see guys. So it can go to Grok 3, Claude, Gemini. I'm going to refine some of these model selections here, and system prompt. There you can go on your system prompt. Uh, System prompt. It's got two connect Spotify buttons. We probably will have a connect wallet button there for cryptocurrency. Um, a sign up form as well. That'll be on our main website as well, but we'll put one in for this. So interfaces AI by memegen.io. Activate beast mode. Boom. Right, hang on. Let's. Warning. Send your message to all four interfaces at once. I'm presuming uh, deactivate. I like the deactivate. That's pretty cool. Beast mode. It's like warning. I don't know. Maybe that was quite cool. It's very futuristic. So can I? Oh, messages here. Look, chat. Browser. Oh, let's do this. Browser. Okay. So let's just mess around with the chat. Obviously, with chat, that could be interesting. Uh, can I copy an API key and see if it works without exposing it? That's what I'm worried about. yeah. Uh, I could just make a burn API key on Anthropic. Let's have a look. I wonder if I can just copy out of my stars on in here. Like, no, that's the wrong bloody one. This is the one. Right, go to here. Uh, Copy. Um, the problem is, I bet it won't be starred there. So I've got Google Gemini ones. Get API. I've already got that one. Create an API. Select a project from your existing projects. Um, Google API is a good one because it's free for quite a lot. Best API. Fuck it. I will just have to delete. Oh, it did it. Sweet. So that's cool as well because Claude's put that um, feature in there to secure your API key. I was worried about exposing the one that I'm using live on the video, and I don't really want to because I want to carry on using that account. But I should have made a burner one ready. So let's just, I don't know. Hi, how are you? And it's not Gemini, it was Claude. See what happens. System prompt. Tell me how you are. Or should I just put you are Ryan. Hi, how are you? I'd be very surprised if it's created this already there. So there is an error there. And that will be in the API settings and the handling of how we take the instance of user API settings and transfer it over to the thing. Turbo Pack. Yeah, so Turbo Pack can be a little bit conflicting. It's because it's new at times, so it might be the case that we just have to remove Turbo Pack. Could not connect, so I'll tell you what we'll also do. I'll put that in to Claude. Done. Put that into Claude. Paste. There you go. Look, it's using the visual. So I wanted to test the visual as well. I'll let them know that we're running it in local, running in local, run well until I try to connect API. I inserted my API key, but got error when called chat function. So you can see us a pretty big success overall. I wonder if this will work. Let's have a look. There you go. Look. It seems I've already connected. I can't remember my user name for that anyway, but let's try this out. That's the dog for MemeGen, that's MemeGen's account. Well, I just did with Google. You don't have a Spotify account. To your Google, the dog at memegen.io. Something we should have just tested another time. I wanted to see if it would play a song. Reject. But that's the video. I think that's a good video length, and we've seen it has worked. So I will update in part 2. Keep an eye out for the app come live in the next couple of days. I will refine the where is the app gone? There it is. I will refine the layout a bit more, I think. Add the options, sort out the API bug, why it doesn't connect there, sort out the browser. Oh, hello. That seems something going on in browser. I think we'd have to like say you got to start up in a specific browser, or at least a command, and then we can input parameters into the code, and a command here. Just choose your search engine, and give some options for users. So if you don't like using Google, or you don't like using Brave browser or Microsoft Edge or whatever, you don't have to use a specific one. You can choose your preferred browser. So I should, get that sorted over the next few days. So browser, API connection. I will check out the Spotify. I'll get my Spotify details onto my laptop, and that'd be cool if we can get this working. I think we can, we could definitely have a footer, and these chats need to be the whole space, right? So this needs to be all the way down here, from center down. This one from center down. That one there to center. That one there to center. And I want this BSmut button. This BSmut button is, I did say dead center, so that that would stay where it is, and it'd be in the middle of all these, basically. So I think that's a pretty reasonable space. Another possibility is like, one of these, if you could put, I don't think you really need VS Code in any of it, because um, you, most everyday user probably won't be using VS Code. They'll just be doing create content and this sort of stuff. And those who want to use VS Code and the interface, they've only got to flick between the two. So it's not like you're flicking between 8 and different. That's issue I have sometimes when I've got multiple browsers open, and like it's not just flicking, sorry, from one LLM on the same browser, but I've actually got to change my browser as well. So, oh yeah, I didn't sign I don't have that account on that browser, so that's another good point. Right on, guys. I don't know how long we've been going. Hopefully, it's not over the 60-minute mark. And yeah, Claude 3.7 for me, really nailed it. I suppose the ultimate test is we do this maybe with uh, another model. I'll connect Grok maybe, or I don't think you can get Grok into VS Code yet onto Recode. Well, you can. You'd have to use OpenRouter, or you might be able to go for the OpenAI compatible router, and then just put in the Grok API key. So that would be a good test. I think the closest one we'd have is Grok 3 to compare it if it would nail the app in the same way, um, because DeepSeek, we could try DeepSeek, yeah, but I just don't think the coding of the rest of them are quite up to the same standards as Grok 3 and Claude 3.7 or 3.5 even. Um, OpenAI o3 High is the one we have, but the main coding model of OpenAI o3 isn't available, I don't think, to the public yet. Um, so yeah, look out for the next video. I will update on Interfaces AI. Remember the domain name, yeah, interfacesai.app, um, and you'll be able to reach it through memegen.io, our main website, which is also being updated with the new apps and everything that we've been building. Lately, we're building like crazy, so enjoy another educational video, guys. Hope you liked it. Hope you see how you can utilize this stuff. I just created a app that I believe this full well potentially be $1 million app. No doubt about it. It's got amazing use case. So, and we use Grok 3 for research and architect agents. We use Claude 3.7 for the code agent, and we use Claude inside Recode agent.